In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on November 19, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Giants versus Washington Commanders. The upcoming clash between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders is a pivotal matchup, marked by a previous encounter where the Giants secured an uncommon victory. As the venue shifts to FedEx Field this Sunday, the Commanders are hungry for revenge on their home turf, with the dynamics of both teams potentially altered by recent trade deadline moves. The question looms large: will these changes influence the outcome of this anticipated rematch? The Giants' struggles have been glaring, highlighted by their dismal offensive performance in a recent 32-point loss to Dallas. Injuries have taken a toll, and the offensive reins now rest in the hands of Tommy DeVito, aiming to breach the 20-point mark for the first time since Week 2. With a meager average of 12 points per game, the Giants rank at the bottom in scoring, coupled with the fewest yards gained per play. The quarterback duo in New York has faced relentless pressure, being sacked 54 times, the highest in the league. Uncertainties loom over the availability of key players like Saquon Barkley and starting tackles, raising doubts about the team's offensive firepower, especially considering the absence of Darren Waller. In their previous victory against Washington, Barkley and Waller combined for 216 yards, setting the stage for a challenging offensive struggle without them. On the defensive front, New York showcased its prowess in the earlier matchup, holding the Commanders to a mere 7 points through 6 sacks and an interception. However, this standout performance contrasts with the overall defensive struggles, allowing an average of 27 points per game. Injuries further complicate matters, with 5 defensive starters listed as questionable and the departure of Leonard Williams following the win over Washington. The Giants rank near the bottom in key defensive metrics, including yards per play, rush, and pass attempt, with a paltry 15 sacks. The dismal point differential tells a story of 2 deficient units on both sides of the ball. Washington, on the other hand, faced a heart-wrenching defeat in Seattle, falling victim to a walk-off field goal after knotting the score late in the fourth quarter. The defense, weakened by the trade of pass rushing talents Chase Young and Montez Sweat, struggles to contain opponents, conceding an average of 27 points per game. The passing and rushing defenses rank 31st and 28th, respectively, and a lack of significant pass rush since the trades raises concerns about their ability to stifle the Giants' offense once again. Despite the evident challenges, Washington's offense has shown resilience, surpassing the 20-point threshold in the 3 games following their loss to the Giants. Quarterback Sam Howell, despite facing frequent sacks, leads the league in passing yards. The rushing attack, averaging 4.4 yards per carry, provides a valuable dimension to their offensive strategy. The Commanders aim to build on this offensive momentum, looking for a more favorable outcome against a Giants team they have struggled to overcome in recent meetings. Analyzing historical trends and team dynamics, the Giants emerge as a formidable opponent, boasting a 7-2-1 record in the past 10 meetings and an 8-2-0 against the spread record. The absence of a double-digit victory for the Commanders throughout the season and the underdog covering the spread in 6 of the last 7 matchups between the 2 teams suggest a closely contested game. The potential return of Kayvon Thibodeaux could amplify the Giants' defensive pressure on Sam Howell, while an active Saquon Barkley adds a layer of threat to the Giants' offensive arsenal. In conclusion, while the Commanders may be considered favorites, the prevailing concerns raise doubts about a double-digit victory. The historical trends, coupled with the betting public's skepticism towards the Giants, suggest an opportunity for New York to keep things competitive in what could be a closely contested battle. So the New York Giants to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Expectations for a higher scoring affair arise, contrasting with the defensive struggle in the first encounter. Sam Howell's recent strong performances and Washington's defensive vulnerabilities, especially at home, create a favorable environment for the Giants to capitalize. Anticipating a more aggressive offensive approach from Tommy DeVito against the Commanders' defense, the opportunities for increased scoring seem promising. The potential regression of the Giants' defense, coupled with an offense that has nowhere to go but up, sets the stage for what promises to be a more explosive and unpredictable matchup between two suspect defenses. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Bears versus Detroit Lions. In a historic divisional clash that traces its roots back to 1933, the Chicago Bears, currently in last place, are set to face off against the leading Detroit Lions at Motown's Ford Field this Sunday. The Bears are coming off a much-needed 16-13 victory over the Carolina Panthers, breaking a two-game losing streak. On the other hand, the Lions secured their second consecutive win by defeating the Los Angeles Chargers 41-38 last Sunday, marking their sixth win in the last 7 games. The Bears are dealing with injuries, notably missing offensive lineman Nate Davis, while the Lions have a lengthy injury list, including players like Jason Cabinda, Scott Dolly, James Houston, Matt Nelson, and Shane Zylstra. Last week, the Bears showcased their defensive prowess by limiting the Panthers to 213 yards and allowing only 2 field goals. While their overall defensive performance has been commendable, the Bears have struggled to generate sacks, ranking last in the league with only 13. Linebacker T.J. Edwards has been a standout performer with 112 tackles, but uncertainties loom with linebackers Jack Sanborn and Tremaine Edmunds listed as questionable. Offensively, the Bears, averaging 322.8 yards and 20 points per game, are eager to welcome back quarterback Justin Fields, who missed the last 4 games due to a dislocated right thumb. However, leading rusher Donta Foreman is questionable with an ankle injury. The Lions, coming off a dramatic 41-38 victory against the Chargers, showcased an explosive offense that accumulated 533 total yards, with 200 on the ground, currently ranking second in the NFL with an average of 406.4 total yards per game and 6th in points per game with 26.8. The Lions pose a significant challenge. Quarterback Jared Goff has been impressive with 2,507 passing yards, while Amon Ra St. Brown continues to shine with 4 consecutive games exceeding 100 receiving yards. The Lions' offensive line faces challenges with starters Frank Ragnow and Jonah Jackson listed as questionable. Heading into this matchup, the Lions have historical advantages, winning both games against the Bears last season and against the spread. They boast a 3-0 against the spread record in their last 3 games against the Bears and a 4-1 against the spread record over the last 5 meetings, with a 7-2 against the spread record this season compared to the Bears 3-5-2 against the spread. The Lions appear poised for success. The return of Justin Fields for the Bears may not be enough to counter the Lions' dominance on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Detroit's defense, allowing just 23 points per game, aligns well with the Bears' average of 20 points per game. So the Detroit Lions to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. On the scoring front, Chicago's offensive struggles, averaging 20 points per game, combined with their defense allowing 25.5 points per game, create a dynamic where Detroit's offense, averaging 27 points per game, is well positioned for success. Trends further support the Lions, who have covered the spread in 6 of their last 7 games and in 8 of the last 9 home games on Ford Field. Considering the high total for this game, expectations of a prolific showing from Detroit's offense, and the Bears' defensive challenges, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus San Francisco 49ers. On the upcoming Sunday clash between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers, football enthusiasts are in for a treat as these two formidable teams lock horns. Scheduled for November 19th, this game holds significant weight for both squads as they vie for supremacy in their respective divisions. The San Francisco 49ers, boasting a current record of 6-3, find themselves in a tight race at the summit of the National Football Conference West, sharing the throne with the Seahawks. After overcoming a 3-game losing streak with a decisive triumph against the Jaguars, the 49ers are keen to maintain their momentum. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, currently standing at 4-5, are in hot pursuit in the National Football Conference South, trailing the Saints by a single game. Their recent victory against the Titans served as a catalyst, breaking a 4-game losing streak and positioning them well for a potential playoff berth. The National Football Conference South proves to be a fortunate battleground for the Buccaneers, offering them a realistic chance at playoff contention. In their last outing against the Tennessee Titans, the Buccaneers exhibited resilience, securing a 14-point victory with a 20-point performance. Quarterback Baker Mayfield showcased his prowess with 278 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. However, the Buccaneers acknowledged their inconsistency, with quarterback play emerging as a pivotal factor. The offense, while not elite, is is holding its ground at an average of 19.8 points per game, while the defense has proven stalwart, conceding only 19 points per game. The 49ers, despite grappling with a couple of setbacks, seem to be hitting their stride. In their recent clash with the Jacksonville Jaguars, they dominated with a 34-point spectacle. Quarterback Brock Purdy was instrumental, completing 19 of 26 passes for 296 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. George Kittle added to the offensive prowess with 3 catches for 116 yards and a touchdown. Averaging 28 points per game, the 49ers offense is potent, complemented by a defense allowing only 16 points per game. After a period of skepticism, the 49ers now appear to be reclaiming their early season dominance. The addition of Chase Young has injected vitality into the defensive line, fortifying an already deep unit. The return of Williams on the offensive line has brought stability to Purdy, who, when settled, proves to be a formidable force. Facing a Buccaneers defense ranked next to last against the pass, the 49ers are likely to craft a game plan emphasizing the passing game to set up a potent running attack. Anticipate a strong start from the Niners receivers, transitioning into a commanding finish for running back Christian McCaffrey. On the defensive end, Buccaneers quarterback Mayfield is poised to face relentless pressure from the likes of Young, Bosa, and company, potentially leading to hurried throws and turnovers. Buoyed by their dominant performance against the Jaguars, the 49ers enter this game with a surge of confidence. The offensive fluidity, with various players contributing, mirrors the vintage 49ers style. Back on home turf, where they excel, the 49ers are poised to capitalize on the Buccaneers' recent struggles. The Buccaneers, grappling with issues in their running game and a spotty offensive line, coupled with Mayfield's tendency for turnovers against formidable defenses, face a formidable challenge against the robust 49ers defense. A comprehensive victory for the 49ers seems plausible, given the Buccaneers' susceptibility to turnovers. Despite the seemingly large spread, the 49ers are favored to triumph convincingly, so the San Francisco 49ers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In the realm of individual performances, Baker Mayfield's recent resurgence is noteworthy, averaging 9.2 yards per attempt over the last 2 weeks. With 6 touchdowns and only 1 interception in his last 3 games, Mayfield faces a 49ers defense that, despite the addition of Chase Young, remains more vulnerable than in previous years. The 49ers' need for a cornerback is evident, and this could play a role in the dynamics of the game. Despite Purdy's occasional struggles, his down-to-down efficiency has remained elite, and the 49ers' recent offensive explosion against Jacksonville suggests a favorable matchup against the Buccaneers' defense. The total pick leans towards an overperformance, considering the recent defensive lapses of both teams and the potential for an offensive showcase. As these two powerhouse teams collide, football enthusiasts can expect a riveting contest that could sway the course of their respective seasons. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.